Longest Jake here with a video showcasing being bottom tier, yet not letting that affect how you play, except to maybe play a little bit wiser. Because so many people complain about matchmaking when you're bottom tier. As I am in the Jagdpanzer IV, which is one of my favorite vehicles in the game, I find myself here in a tier 8 battle on Westfield. Also, pretty good map for a variety of vehicles. Everything can find a way to utilize this map to their advantage, whether it be a light heading to the middle of the ridge here at about the F6 area, like our MX 1375 looks like he's doing, or heading to the corner, like our Type 64, another bottom tier tank, or their EBR Hotchkiss evading shots like they do. But everything can find a purpose. Me as a support tank destroyer, I can come here, even though I'm bottom tier, and try to land a low percentage shot, and do so. And then of course heavies can brawl, even though our KV-2R decided that he is more of a sniper, and that leaves our other KV-2 and the 703 to handle the workload. Looks like our turtle is going to take up the slack there, being an assault tank destroyer. But again, everything has a purpose. And even if you're low tier, you need to make sure that you suit your purpose. Me, I'm providing support fire, trying to get in as much as I can, take a little of the heat off of any of our higher tier vehicles that might be over there pushing the southeast corner, like our Revoloris, or any of the other mediums, including the mid-tier, like the VK3002D or the Leo. If I can get a little bit of hesitation into the enemies by them taking some early damage, that assists the top tiers. And that's your purpose as a mid or bottom tier vehicle, to assist. So far I've been doing that. I actually have already nearly doubled my own hit points and damage, which is a good target to shoot for as a tank destroyer. In a heavy or a medium, you need to be doing at least your own hit points. As a tank destroyer, you need to be doing at least double. Now this unfortunately is a situation where everything is going to eventually go wrong. And it's going wrong sooner rather than later. Me being bottom tier doesn't change that. So what I need to do is I need to keep my eyes open. Right now I'm using my concealment. You notice I stopped firing against the Progetto in the Type 64. I'm not going to be able to take them out. They have too many hit points. So I'm not going to be able to have saved that M44. But what I can do is reposition to get ready to get shots on, say, a stationary Type 64 who thinks that an early cap is the way to win this game. And I can reset it, and possibly even finish him off if he makes a mistake. He zigged rather than zagged, so no finishing shot there. Now, being bottom tier doesn't mean you have to spam premium. I haven't fired a shot yet. I had 16 rounds of APCR, and they will become very, very useful later, but you don't have to spam it. Sure, the shell velocity helps with some of the long-range hits. I know that's a lot of people's reasoning behind shooting a lot of APCR, but you don't have to. This game is very close. We are winning on kills, losing on hit points. All in all, nearly equal. I see a tank destroyer that I don't like having near me. The SU-101. Has armor, has hit points, has a good gun, has everything going for it outside of a sluggish turning issue. Its traverse is pretty low. Mine is pretty quick. My camouflage rating is a little higher. My view range with my current setup is not bad. So I probably equal him in that. Well, combination of stealth and view range make me a decent passive spotter. Me firing here gets me more damage. Me firing here gets me dead as well. I have a couple of top tier mediums, the Type 59 and a Reveloris, sitting across from me to the east. I'm best suited, and my best way of assisting them is to provide the spotting that I have been. Their Soma went from being full health to now he's one-shottable. They have their own Jagdpanzer 4 and a CS-44, all down, moving lower. I have to watch behind me. M6 and that SU-101 that I've already chatted about. They are moving towards me. So here I'm trusting in my concealment. I'm trying to get some shots in, because now my best way of assisting is to help eliminate the threat to my top tier tanks. The Type 59 and the Reveloris. Now unfortunately, Type 59 goes down. My goal was to keep them alive, because the Type 59 and Reveloris can deal more damage than I can, despite me being a tank destroyer. And here's one of the issues with the M6 not matching my concealment and vision. I was almost within proxy range. He couldn't spot me, even though I was moving. And big kudos to the VK for finishing him off before he got close enough to get into proxy range. And now, by keeping that Reveloris alive, he just finished off the CS. And now he is my greatest ally against a tank that I will struggle to penetrate with premium even. And this is where I will be firing plenty of it. And unfortunately, he goes down before he has the opportunity to do much to the SU. And yes, I am quite tempted to fire here. But he already has an idea of where I'm at. And if you noticed, I had a red penetration indicator, even with premium, because of his armor profile. There, I knocked a tree over. Now, this was intentional. I knocked the tree over because he knew where I was. Roughly. Not spotted, but he knows where I was. I knocked the tree over in that direction. Made it fall to my right. I go left. He 100% thinks that I am moving to my right. And now instead, I'm not bailing. I wasn't counting on their Jagdpanzer being over here. But he is. So I now need to finish him, because he's just ruined my whole idea of trying to flank around. Knocked his engine out is what happened there. That's why he wasn't able to turn and match me. But keynote, the M44 shot came from behind me. So he's over to the C1, B2 area. And I don't know what he's doing, but for whatever reason he decided to charge. Now unfortunately this really, really gives away what I was doing. Because my whole intention was that I was going to trick the SU-101 to thinking that I was headed to the north. And then I was going to double around and go to the left in a delayed manner and still go north. And I still am. I'm still going to go north all the way to a favorite Overwatch bush that I have that is actually at the B7 area. Some of you who play tank destroyers may know the exact bush that I'm talking about. It sits up over the cliff and allows you to have very good overwatching view of not only the lower ground, but also this upper ground. And unfortunately, the SU-101 has just given away his intention, at least, of driving through my base. So now that tells me a couple of things. He didn't take the bait, obviously. Or he believes that I'm doubling back around towards my base, because he's, of course, has seen me just kill two of his teammates. But for him to get there, it's a fairly quick vehicle on the downhill. But for him to get there, that means he took off and drove through my base, and he's probably coming up the hill at G1, G2 until this point right here. And now I almost have a telepathic idea of what he's doing. He's going to trust he's top tier. He's going to trust in his armor, trust in his gun. He believes 100% I'm going to come to him, or I'm just going to go run and hide. That's his two thought process. But he believes 100% that he is going to win by doing this. I have 5 minutes. He's got a minute to cap, but I have 5 minutes of battle time left. So all I have to do is make sure that I can outplay him. And yes, even while bottom tier, you can outplay a top tier. Premium ammo is a leveler of the playing field. And it actually is, in some instances, broken in that aspect. In that, it can cut right through tough armor. This is a situation where the SU-101 has almost every advantage. His armor is actually so much superior to mine that it's basically good enough to bounce my premium in most cases, unless I can get a side shot. However, we're both turretless tank destroyers. He keeps his front to me, he's going to be able to two-shot me with the weapon that comes on that, because it actually gets the same gun that the IS-4 has at tier 10. But here's the thing, you don't have to penetrate the target to reset capture. All you have to do is damage or incapacitate a track. Mission accomplished. He's not going to win this battle. I might lose it, but he is not going to win it. We are at the proverbial stalemate now. The SU-101 has backed off. He's trying to get out of proxy range. And he's thinking if he can do that, he can go dark and he can try to outmaneuver me. Remember I said earlier, he has every advantage outside of traverse. I am the more agile of the two tank destroyers when it comes into regards to turning. I can outturn him. He's got just as good or higher speed than me. He has more health. He has a far more damaging gun with higher penetration. And he has much, much better armor. I have literally one option here, and that's what I'm working towards. I'll pause for dramatic effect. My only option is to get him to commit to a charge. And get him to charge and track him. I'm going for it there. I miss it. But it's also a bait. Now he thinks I'm reloading. That's what I needed right there. Now he's going to repair this. There's the repair. Now he's permatracked. Now all I have to do is move, pin him, and the bottom tier tank can take out its top tier opponent. And yes, firing off my last premium into the sky, because that was a very, very fun game to win. Of course, it was an ace. I got the Defender badge for that. And with 1,500 basically spotting and over 3,100 damage as a bottom tier tank destroyer. Also have to have a big shout out to the Type 59 and Revaloris on my team, as well as the VK. They all did very, very well. But this is Mongoose Jake with a bottom tier game showcasing never to give up, but to always do your best. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.